Welcome everyone to the Wake Up Call channel. What you just saw is, of course, marketed and supposed to be funny when companies are really supposed to be, by definition, trying to sell their product. We see more and more companies mocking truth for many different reasons, which I'll get into in this video. That was Arby's, and of course, there's nothing funny about it whatsoever, but people out there look at it as a way of Arby's trolling. What they don't realize is that by making a mockery of truth, it makes the audience out there laugh even more when they actually stumble upon truth, like the things that I talk about on this channel. So there's no humor in the fact that Arby's is once again mocking the pyramid and the all-seeing eye. But what is funny that they should be talking about is how Arby's just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. So it's not a coincidence that their commercial mocking truth came out, because I'm sure they're going to get bailed out, because these corporations always do. That's how global communism works. So that commercial there that you saw was just about Arby's releasing, no big deal, their new potato cakes, right? Does one have to do with the other than the fact that their potato cakes are in the shape of a pyramid? No. Now, many people on the website for the last couple of weeks have been posting this because Arby's has been putting up these posters around their restaurants, around towns that have Arby's, of the all-seeing eye pyramid. And again, this is another method for them to mind control you. They do this in commercials all the time. There is no money to be made. And for them to say that they do this to make money, to get clicks, is utter insanity. You see, what they've done to the sheeple is they've created a notion in their mind that all the people that talk about conspiracy theories are all just doing it to get clicks and to get attention. And of course, we know they've infiltrated via COINTELPRO the entire truth movement with frauds and phonies who are working for the government so that they could lead them astray. But there's no real doing this to get clicks or views, because we know they suppress. The reason that people are so intrigued by what they would call conspiracy theories, which are really conspiracy facts, is because something is tugging on their soul that something is terribly wrong in the world that we live in. Something is telling them that something's wrong, and they can't figure out what it is. They can't get over that hump. Now, I'm going to play for you a compilation of clips that I put together to show you the repetition and the pattern of these corporations making fun of conspiracies, making a joke of it, making a light of secret societies, making a light of the fact that the pyramid and the all-seeing eye on the back of the dollar bill, making fun of the fact that all conspiracy theorists live in their grandma's basement, which couldn't be further from the truth, but we're all wearing tinfoil hats, which again is probably something most people out there should probably look into, with all the frequencies being shot directed right at their heads via the 5G towers. But look at the repetition and pattern here. There's nothing creative about this. And they don't do this to generate clicks and interest. They do this because they know the more they mock the truth, the more that the sheeple, without realizing it, are being programmed to dismiss and mock the things that people like me and you talk about. That is basic mind control. It's mind control 101. It's how it works. When you make fun of it and you continually do it over and over again, and these people see this stuff, they don't look into what it really is. They don't look into what we're all talking about. They love to show you people with bulletin boards and all these things pointing around, trying to connect the dots. And it's actually really easy to connect the dots. All you have to do is look at the trace of the secret societies and the cabal and where it all leads to. Everybody out there with common sense should be able to figure this out, but they don't want you to figure it out. They want you to think that we're all grasping for straws. Here is a compilation of clips, and tell me that this is all coincidental, of them mocking conspiracy and truth.
At Taco Bell, the dollar gets you access to more. Like the new $1 stacker with lavish layers of seasoned beef and melty cheese. But how can all these layers only cost $1? Something's not stacking up. Is the $1 stacker reserved for a secret society, or just anyone with $1? The answer is yes. There's a powerful connection between the dollar and Taco Bell, because it unlocks a world of 20 decadent menu items from breakfast to late night for just $1 each. 20 items for $1. 20 steps on the pyramid. Who's really behind this? Is it the Illuminati or the Bell-Illuminati? Experience the power of the dollar at Taco Bell.
Predators raids alongside their direct trying to save you money, but what's really going on? When played backwards at 1/8 speed, we can clearly hear. Lively little locksmith! Lively little locksmith! What could that mean?
Tom! They're just commercials.
Or are they?
You're waking the neighbors.
Well, Mom, maybe the neighbors need to be woke.
I think it's actually awoken.
No, that doesn't even seem right.
No, it's awoken.
Revealing the truth to help you save.
This $6.99 any deal is too good to be true. No, really. I know 3 things for a fact. 1, the moon landing was faked. 2, the moon is also fake. And 3, this deal has Illuminati written all over it. I mean, think about it. 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any recipe, no questions asked. Well, I got some questions. Does that include meat lovers?
Yeah.
Original pan crust?
Yeah.
Are you a hologram?
What?
The $6.99 any deal. Is it proof that no one out-pizzas the hut?
Mr. Favre,
Yes?
we are here on official business. We'd like to talk.
The ball moved on its own.
Yes. Not all of those interceptions were your fault.
It was.
Aliens?
No.
Witches?
No.
Aliens?
We're actually not here on official business. We're Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hey, Brett. No! Is this weird or what? Gotcha.
So what that does is that programs the audience out there to have a stereotype in their mind of what people like me and you are. We live in our parents' basement. We're all crazy and nuts. The reality is that the people who laugh at these types of things are living in an alternate reality. They convince those people that me and you are the ones living in an alternate reality. That's how this whole thing works. And that's how they keep people trapped inside of this never-ending wheel. They keep them stuck like a mouse in a wheel, chasing nothing, chasing these falsehoods. And on the inside, these people feel like something's terribly wrong. And they want to make sure you don't find out what's terribly wrong. So the more they mock it, the more they know that you're just going to dismiss people like me and people like listen to my channel, or people who listen to my channel and talk about the same topics, or other people who have their own channels that talk about similar topics too. And it works. It's programming. So Arby's didn't do this so that Arby's could sell their potato fry, right? Their potato cakes. They didn't do it because they said, hey, you know, we make potato cakes in the shape of a pyramid. Maybe we should do a commercial about pyramids. Hey, how about the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill with the eyeball in it? Because the people who control and run Arby's are all members of the same secret societies. The same people who run Taco Bell, the same people who run KFC. I've covered all the connections between all of these brands, all of these corporations, from Pizza Hut to KFC to Freemasonry, and how they became as big as they became. Everybody sees McDonald's, they don't think any further than the story that they hear in the movies or the documentaries about the guy pulling McDonald's out from underneath them. They don't realize the connection to Freemasonry and secret societies with all of it. And that's how this whole thing works. But they want you to continue to look at people like me and the people who watch my channel as complete nut jobs. And it couldn't be further from the truth. But they don't realize they're not trolling. They're not doing this so that people like me get angry, because it doesn't anger me, because I know exactly what they're doing. They're doing it to program the people out there who laugh at these types of commercials. It's just the same thing as I always talk about with repetition, right? The more they see commercials like this, making a mockery, the background music, the deep voices, like I said, the parents, people living in their grandparents' basement, the way they talk, the way they dress, the way they, are you real? Are you not real? All that stuff does is on the surface, it might make them laugh, but underneath the surface, they're being programmed subconsciously without realizing it. So it's an incredible feeling when you actually wake up to all this stuff. It's an incredible feeling when you know what's going on and you see how important it is to them to make sure they don't lose their stranglehold, their grip on the minds of the sheeple out there. The sheeple, the people who follow whatever the big corporations tell them, the trends, how to think, how to act, not thinking independently or freely, telling them that people like me and you are all lunatics, that we're all the ones who are crazy. But we're not. We're trying to wake people up to what's going on. And all this does is make people, I see people out there starting to get angry by seeing stuff like this about Arby's, and they shouldn't necessarily get angry. They should be able to explain to people how mind control works. But again, I've talked about when you have a narcissistic society, when you make people narcissists, it makes it very hard for them to realize that they've been duped because they don't want to believe it. They don't want to think it. But you got to remember, we've all been duped. People like me and the people listening to my channel, we're not trying to tell you this stuff as if we're smarter than you. We were in the same system that you were in. We fell for the same mind control that you're falling for right now. We want people to come out of it. We could take the power away from these people who are wicked people. And if people really knew what they did in darkness, the deeds that they do in darkness, trust me, then they would say, oh, you know what? I do want to take the power away from these people. I want to do more than that. I want these people in prison cells because they're dangerous. They're detriments to humanity. All the trails of missing children lead to these people. So I'm going on a rant off the topic, but many people have been posting about Arby's. And Arby's, of course, like I showed earlier in the video, they changed all their social media accounts to using the pyramid and the all-seeing eye. Does anybody want to say, hey, Arby's, why are you copying Taco Bell? Hey, Arby's, why didn't Bell Illuminati use the same exact logo? Why are you using the same exact logo? That's not really marketing. Are you branding together with Taco? But nobody thinks further than that. They just think that these corporations have these marketing geniuses who went to Harvard and are smarter than all of us, and they know something we don't know. They use this stuff with the music videos, right? We're all supposed to believe they're artists and they're creative, and then when I show you the repetition in the pattern, which I do in all my videos when I cover those people start going, oh, wow, yeah, why are they all using eyeballs and pyramids? I don't notice that when I watch it, and I tell you, you don't notice it when you watch it because your brainwave at your on when you watch these things is not one on a conscious level. You're not critically thinking. You're not seeing it. You're being programmed, right? It's the same with this type of stuff. But when they come out and they show you this stuff and they make a mockery of it, all it does is make the people out there stereotype us more, laugh at us more. And it's not to sell a product. It's to do just what I said they're trying to do. So Arby's trying to be funny and cute, just another brand behind this global government who thinks that they're funny and they're not. Who really, the funny thing about it is that nobody goes to Arby's. Nobody likes Arby's food. And in fact, Arby's is filing for bankruptcy. Maybe they should focus on that if they're going to try to market. But we know they're doing this because they're just going to get bailed out like every corporation does by our tax money, right? Because that's how this whole operation works. I thank everybody for being here. I hope you're all doing well. God bless you and your families as always.